You think you're fragile, but you're not. You've just forgotten how many storms you've walked through barefoot. And here's the brutal truth. No one applauds the silent survivors. The ones who didn't post their breakdowns. The ones who stitched themselves together in bathroom stalls. The ones who showed up with trembling hands and didn't cancel. You carry your pain like a second skin, and still, you wake up each morning as if nothing is broken. That's not weakness. That's unnamed resilience. You think resilience has to be loud, like speeches or cinematic comebacks, but real resilience is invisible, uncelebrated, and hides in ordinary choices. Stepping out of bed when your body feels like a battlefield, answering the phone when your chest tightens in dread, saying "I'm fine" when your soul is screaming, just to keep the world from collapsing. Want proof you're strong? Look at how you adapt. Psychology calls it neuroplasticity, your brain rewiring itself to survive. Every time you adjusted to betrayal, loss, or chaos, your brain didn't freeze. It quietly built new pathways, sculpting strength from pain. And here's the shocking part. Most people don't even realize they've already outlived the things they once feared would destroy them. That heartbreak? You made it through. That panic attack that felt like death? You're still breathing. And yet, you doubt yourself. Why? Because no one taught you to honor survival without spectacle. But resilience isn't about being untouched. It's about being touched by everything and still standing. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades and still emerged with calm eyes, a heart free of hatred and a vision of unity. You too have been locked inside invisible prisons, and still you kept your humanity. You kept going when everything inside you begged you to quit. That's not just survival, it's courage disguised as routine. You've endured pain that didn't bleed so no one saw it. You've smiled in rooms where your soul was drowning, and every time you did, you trained a part of yourself to walk through fire, barefoot, again and again. There's a term in psychology called post-traumatic growth. It's your mind's quiet rebellion against being broken. It doesn't just heal, it evolves. You didn't just get over things. You transformed. You developed sharper intuition, deeper empathy, stronger boundaries. You learned to read people faster, trust slower, and love with more clarity. That's not damage, it's data. Your nervous system might still flinch, but that doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're alive. You've weathered emotional earthquakes without a map, and somehow you still love. You still hope. You still dream. That's extraordinary. The world told you resilience looks like armor, but it doesn't. It looks like soft eyes after hard nights. It looks like you, right now, carrying invisible weight with quiet grace. Even your hesitation to believe this? That's resilience too, because doubt means you dared to hope again. You've had days where the air felt too heavy, where joy felt like a forgotten language, and still, you tried. That trying is defiance. That trying is proof. You've survived things a past version of you would have begged the universe to avoid. You once prayed for peace, then became the answer. You've walked away from what shattered you, and even with shaking hands, you built something new. That's not luck, that's you, quietly collecting the broken pieces and crafting them into something sacred. You've lost people. You've lost versions of yourself, but you are still here. That's not just survival, that's resurrection. Want to know why you're more resilient than you think? Because you've mistaken your gentleness for weakness, your silence for surrender. But soft doesn't mean breakable. Quiet doesn't mean defeated. You spent years learning how to endure. Now it's time you learn how to recognize your strength. You've buried parts of yourself that no longer serve you, and every burial was a beginning. You've outlived grief, shame, guilt, fear. You've mourned dreams and rebuilt new ones from ash. You've suffered in rooms full of people who never saw your pain and still made them laugh. That's resilience in disguise. That's psychological fortitude. And the most dangerous thing about you? You don't even realize how strong you are. Because strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it looks like exhaustion, like effort, like putting one foot in front of the other when your soul is bleeding. And yet, you walk. Every time you forgave someone who never apologized, resilience. Every time you loved again after heartbreak, resilience. Every time you stayed present when your mind screamed to escape, resilience. You are a living archive of survival strategies. Your body remembers. Your soul has muscle. Your life is filled with victories no one noticed. And the cruelest part? You were convinced that only gold medals count. Not the quiet peace you fought for. But peace, ironically, is the loudest proof of strength. Because it takes more power to calm a storm inside than to pretend it doesn't exist. And you have calmed storms that would have drowned others. You anchored yourself when no one else could. That is your power. Don't mistake numbness for weakness. It's your body trying to protect you. Don't mistake anxiety for brokenness. It's your mind preparing you. Every response you've had was intelligent. Every scar is a map. And if you trace them closely enough, they'll lead you back to a truth you've forgotten. You are still standing, still feeling, still growing. You are not what hurt you. You are what survived, what transformed. And here's your challenge. Stop waiting for others to validate your strength. Stop looking for mirrors to confirm what you already know. Look at your life, not with judgment, but with awe. You've done the impossible in silence. Now live like someone who remembers. You are more resilient than you think, and the world will see it the moment you stop needing their permission. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to support the channel and get more helpful videos. See you next time.